Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great morning so far, certainly a short one today. I just want to take a couple of minutes and introduce this American Dream Project to you. You should have a handout in front of you, so if you can just kind of follow along with me, that would be wonderful. This is from the Society for the American Dream. And what they have said is that we believe we are lost here in America. I think that the true discovery of America is before us. I think the true fulfillment of our spirit, of our people, of our mighty and immortal land is yet to come. And that's from Thomas Wolfe. The Society for the American Dream's mission statement is that they believe that although Thomas Wolfe's words may have been rendered years ago, his message still resonates with contemporary America and forces us to question whether or not all Americans are able to live their American dream. The mission of the Society for the American Dream is to provide grant monies to those individuals or groups who seek to help others in their quest for their American dream. So here is your challenge. Your challenge is, as we begin our study of the American dream, I'm going to ask you to simultaneously think about the role of the American dream for our community right here in central Iowa. And what that means is that I'm going to ask you to form yourselves into some groups, and I'll talk just a little bit about that in a few minutes. And your job is going to be to create a nonprofit organization whose responsibility is to figure out how to request funds from the Society for the American Dream in order to help a group of people in central Iowa achieve the American dream that they have been unable to achieve. So here are a couple of the caveats. The first thing is that you're going to have to come up with your idea first, and this is really important about your idea. You cannot duplicate current services. So what this means is that you can't say, I volunteer at Big Brothers and Big Sisters, so I want to make another version of Big Brothers, Big Sisters, and just put a different title on it. No, your challenge is different because you have to be able to find a niche in central Iowa that is not already being met. The other catch is this. You will be able to request up to $500,000 from the Society for the American Dream, and you will be competing against each other for that money. And here is my favorite part of this. My favorite part of this is that I don't decide who gets that portion of the $500,000. Instead, it is a group of community members here in Johnston and in the greater Des Moines area who are either grant writers or serve on grant panels already within our larger community. And they will be your audience, and they will be the ones who determine whether or not you get this funding. So the way you go about doing this is you start by doing your research, and we'll talk about the different ways in which you can do that research. And then once you do that, as a group, you will compose or write a grant proposal. And I'll talk more about that with you on Monday, about the particulars of that. But the grant proposal itself is a maximum of 5 single-spaced pages, but it does not include all of the appendices. It does not include the budget that you have to work out, all of those things. Then once we get that done and finalized, I will take all of the grants and I will deliver them to the panel members 2 or 3 days before they come to our class. And so they will have read them and they will have thought about them. When they come to class, you will then present your idea. You'll pitch your idea to them. You'll have about 4 or 5 minutes to review the highlights of your organization and the money that you want and how you're going to spend it and all of those components. And then they will take about the next 10 to 15 minutes to ask you unpredictable questions to look for gaps in your thinking. And so there's a lot of preparation that I will promise to walk you through. But I think what you have to remember, what's most important here, is that at this stage, you need to start by doing some really good research. And this is not the kind of research in which you can go to Google and type in, grant or nonprofit idea for Central Iowa. Instead, you're going to really have to figure out, first of all, what kinds of problems are there in central Iowa, and then what kinds of solutions are necessary. And from there, we'll work on how to pull all of that together. So I would really suggest 2 things as you think about the group that you want to work with. First of all, you're going to want to think about the number of people in your group. I would say 4 is the magic number. 5 is too many, and you need special permission in order to have 5. 3 is oftentimes also a really fabulous number because everybody can stay involved and busy and contribute. Fewer than 3, you also need special permission because it is a huge project and it is largely too much work for 2 people to do. So otherwise, we're looking at groups of 3 or 4. You want to choose people that you are willing to work with and you are willing to collaborate with outside of class. And we can do a lot of this collaborating online, but you're going to have to commit to at least a couple of face-to-face meetings outside of class. And then also you're going to want to see if you can find something that you can share a passion about with your group members, because that really helps the whole process. So if you look at the rest of this handout, when you apply for your grant, these are kind of the steps that you will take. And don't worry, I have something more specific than this, but I do just want to kind of point out some of the larger picture of this exercise. The second thing that I want to share with you is your homework for tonight. And your homework for tonight is to go to our website, the Geek Like Me site, and up there I've made a new link called American Dream Web Quest. I have also sent this link to you in your Dragon Mount, so you can grab it there. But if you go to the American Dream Web Quest, you'll see that you've got your homework for tomorrow. And what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to do an interest inventory, an initial needs assessment, as well as looking at some primary and secondary sources. Your job is to do some research about the kinds of nonprofits that are already in existence here in Central Iowa. The other thing that I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to send you to a couple of nonprofits that are not here in Central Iowa but are organized in kind of interesting ways, because one of the things that I oftentimes find about really successful groups is that they find really creative ways in which to organize their nonprofit, and you can get those ideas by looking at how a lot of national and international nonprofits organize themselves. So what you do need to do here is you do need to download the document that you will fill out for tomorrow, and on there it will kind of tell you step by step what you need to do. Also, you have EBSCO, which you can access through all of our school library passwords. You can use the Des Moines Register. Lots of resources for you. I think this downloaded document will take you through step by step. But for tomorrow, you are going to make sure that you have worked out what you think will be your group. You'll have some time to make changes if you decide that this isn't the best match because of you're interested in different things or whatever. You're going to think about the kinds of issues that you are interested in personally, and then bring that to your group tomorrow. And you're going to do this research, all right? So this is all in the Dragon Mail once again. And of course, I am online to answer questions if you have them at any point. So I hope that this first step in the process kind of gets you invigorated and helps you to really start thinking about the possibilities. And I think that you'll find that this will be both the kind of experience that will really make you think in new ways, and I hear from former students all of the time how beneficial this learning to do this kind of writing was for them. So if you have questions, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you on Monday. Bye-bye.